is Katende Muhammad. I'm a member of the Nkumba University community and I go to the School of Law.
It's now politics about who has largest amount of money because, you've bought all the associations.
This game is not about money, no. Actually, if it is about money, I'm out.
You look like a diplomat, but deep inside, you kind of playing mafia and motorization of politics.
I'm not responsible of how you see things and actually think about things. I am not.
Do you think the current good government has served up to the expectation of students?
I don't say they performed or not. Everyone, there is something they have done, there is a lot they have not done. We are looking what we are supposed to do as the leaders who aspire to become the next generational leaders who are revolutionaries and looking into.
I guess you were around last year when we had violent and terrible campaigns. How are you prepared to avoid a happening or a recurrence of such violent campaigns?
I can actually authoritatively say that Katende Muhammad has the most organized group.
Hello and welcome to this day's episode of Nkumba News Perspective. As we've been told you in the last episodes, we are going to be hosting different stakeholders within this university environment. We are bringing stakeholders in politics, stakeholders in academics, and all that concern the students' community. And today, for this episode, we have yet another gentleman that we've heard before, and we are pleased to host him again. Gentlemen, can you please say hi to our viewers?
Hello everyone, my name is Katende Muhammad. I'm a member of the Nkumba University community and I go to the School of Law. I'm so excited and happy about the opportunity and to also be here. So keep on watching and subscribe, by the way. Let us grow our channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, our today's guest. Yes. One of the things I would like to ask you is, there have been confirmed reports of you probably not being seated at night, buying off all the associations, having meetings late in the night. You look like a diplomat, but deep inside, you kind of playing mafia and motorization of politics. And one would ask as a young man who is into politics, why are you embracing the politics of modernization of politics? Is now politics about who has largest amount of money? Because, you've bought all the associations. Everyone sings your name deep inside and outside university. Day and night, you're buying up opponents. The other time I viewed the WhatsApp group of your opponent and someone woke up in the middle of the night and changed it to your side. And I confirmed the reports had it that it was Kidogo moving down and it was being sponsored by you. As someone as a young man in politics, why are you embracing monetization of politics?
Well, first off, I'm not responsible of how you see things and actually think about things. I am not. We have a systematic and organized way we are doing our things. This game is not about money, no. Actually, if it is about money, I'm out. I've had a problem throughout my campaign process whereby people have been always thinking I have money. We are all trying to find meaning in life and also create an environment that everyone fits in. Those are just rumors, I would say. But back to answering your question, we are not buying off anyone. We have just presented ourselves to the people to show them that we are the best candidates. We are trying to show them that they should trust us. That is why you see all of that happening. At the end of the day, I know what I subscribe to. This is politics. There is going to be propaganda. People are going to say this and that. But we are not going to stop here because we know what we are supposed to do and we are here to lead, to serve and to inspire. Yes. That is why you see people joining us every now and then, trying to feel, we are making them feel there is substance in Katende Muhammad. There is meaning in Katende Muhammad. Otherwise, if it was about money, I'm not the richest in Nkumba University, of course. They would actually join any other camp. People have money.
So you're not
if
buying
we are
off
talking
anyone?
about money, then Katende is not there. We do not have money.
So you've never bought anyone, you don't know?
We are not buying anyone. And
Okay.
we are not thinking of it, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Speaking of leadership, what do you understand by student leadership? And do you have any background in student leadership?
Well, what I understand about leadership does not mean having offices or positions.
Yeah.
It entails creating an impact on the people. It entails having getting to yourself the responsibility to lead and to create a sense of direction for the people. For a certain cause, you are going to always stand in front and tell these people, you know, we are supposed to move this direction. You create a sense of direction for them. Leading means that you're going to come at the front and they are going to follow you blinded, knowing that you have the right direction. You're taking them too. So leadership does not entail just having positions. It entails creating a sense of direction. It entails creating a sense of direction and also creating an impact on the people and the society at large. I've been a leader at very many levels, societal levels. I remember when I started my leadership journey, it was in my P6. I was the chief head monitor. I went in my senior one. I was the president. I was honored to be the president of the Emirates Uganda camp medical. You can research about it. In my senior 5, I became the head boy or the head prefect of my school. In my senior 6, I was the president of the Emirates House. Yes, I was the president of the Emirates House. In 2021, I was at Cairo University and I was the general secretary of the Great African Students of Cairo University. I came back to Uganda and in 2023, subject to appointment, I became the Minister for Religious Affairs in the government of His Excellency Kangave Ignatius Musazi. And recently, I just gave back power because I was also honored by His Excellency at the School of Law, Kuganja Jovan Joel. Subject still to appointment, I became the Judge High Court Chambers. So I've been a leader and I've actually served in very many calibers. So this is not something
having you served
yes.
in the current guild office as a minister in charge of religious affairs and also a close man to the president. As a student and both as a leader that has been deep inside the guild government, do you think the current guild government has served up to the expectation of students?
Well, I would say I'm not good at weighing what a person has done. What I believe is that everyone starts from somewhere and everyone has to end somewhere, by the way. So everyone has their own tenure. And in the evenings of your tenure, I believe you must show that I've actually done this or that. I'll not say they've not performed because there is a lot that has changed. I'll not say they've overperformed because there is still a lot that needs to be done. And actually that is why we are here. So I'll not say they performed or not. Everyone, there is something they have done, there is a lot they have not done. But we are not looking at what they have not done or what they have done. We are looking what we are supposed to do as the leaders who aspire to become the next generational leaders who are revolutionaries and looking into leading, serving, and also inspiring more leaders to come. We are looking at leadership for a millennium. Leadership that is actually going to live for more 1,000 years, even in our absentia. Thank you.
Speaking of leadership philosophy, and as you've explained that you've been in student leadership, what do you think is the best leadership philosophy that you have once you get elected and you become the guild president of this great almighty institution?
Well, thank you. My leadership philosophy is about collaborative leadership,
Yeah.
transformative leadership,
Yeah.
and also transparent leadership.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. If we do not focus on transformation, collaboration, there is what we call the principle of collective responsibility.
Yeah.
We've had governments that have created a gap between the students and them, and also the other gap between them and the administration. We need to have leadership that is collaborative of the students.
Yeah,
Bring
yeah.
them on board.
Yeah.
Ask them what is the problem. We've actually had no chance of our media group being also party to the government projects. Otherwise, people do not know what is taking place. So we must collaborate with the students. I'll let you know. I'll give you an example. The current constitution, good constitution, had amendments. But if you can ask anyone, any of the students actually, you might also not be acquainted to that.
Yeah.
They had amendments, but we all do not know about it.
Yeah.
So the government is doing its own things, and the students are also out of the know of what the government is doing. But at the end of the day, this government is there to serve the students. Now, if you're doing your own things, and you're leaving out the students, who are you working for? You see? So they must be there for the students, but they are not collaborating with them in service. We must have a collaborative government. We must also have a transformative government. A lot needs to be changed, but you cannot change that which must be changed as the guild president alone.
Yeah,
You must bring the students on board. We have students who have problems, but having the problems, they also have the solutions to the problems.
Yeah.
So we must bring them on board.
Speaking of programs,
Yes.
as a student who has been here for some good time, and probably during this part of the campaign, you've interacted with so many students
Very many.
that maybe would shy away from speaking of the programs they are facing, because not everyone can be able to speak like you're doing. What do you think are the major challenges or problems students are facing in this institution? And you, as someone aspiring for the top office in this institution, what solutions do you think can work to solve those challenges? Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I would love to say that we have so very many problems, ranging from academia, ranging from health issues, ranging from very many problems I will not mention.
Yeah.
But I'll have to say this, and I'll leave it with you. Every time we have problems and we choose to run away from our problems, we are actually creating more problems for ourselves.
Yes.
For example, if you have a problem of tuition and you decide not to do or not to sit for the examinations, you're creating another problem of missed papers. You get? So amongst the problems that the students face here, I've actually got to a realization is accessibility to information, and also affordability of university services. The services might be there, but how affordable are the services? I'll give you an example. We have EduRoom. This is a service that the polls were there. There was immense excitement when they told them that we are bringing the polls, but the subsequent realization was actually terrifying. The polls are there, but this is a bandwidth, this is a wireless fidelity that has a bandwidth that cannot even accommodate 50 people at a go. So the moment 50 people log in, it is going to slow down. You get? This is a service that only needs to be refurbished or to extend the wireless, the bandwidth. But we are not also thinking about it. A student is going to come here and the lecturer is going to say, we are going to have our lecture online. And an online lecture, honestly, if you have 1,000 to buy 170 MBs, they cannot be sufficient. We need to have such services like EduRoom, where a person is going to sit somewhere and attend the class from the start until when it is done. You'll find yourself in need of 5,000 to complete that lecture. And if you don't attend, problems. You get? And by the way, it is not your you're not responsible for the lecturer having not showed up. You're not responsible. So students end up missing out on very many lectures because they do not have accessibility, or they cannot afford buying data for each and every other lecture.
Yeah.
But we have services that are not up to technology. So we need to also look into that. It does not need a lot of resources by that, because we already have the poles there, the service is already there. We are not doing things from scratch.
Yeah.
We just need to refurbish.
Yeah.
We just need to extend the bandwidth. We also have a problem of tuition, and this is how we can actually face it. You see, Mr. Clinton, today, you and me, we might be privileged that we can pay our own tuition. But the time is going to come where you are not in position to pay tuition.
Yeah.
Probably because you've lost your job if you're paying for yourself. Probably because your father or mother or your sponsor has gotten issues.
Yeah.
And you'll look for a way out and you'll not find it. I'm envisioning starting up what we call a student's fund, where a person can go and get a loan for tuition and they pay at a later date. Because these people are not going to run away at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They must graduate. But your dream to graduate is not supposed to be suffocated by the fact that you do not have tuition. So they will come. We've got very many friends out there who are willing to help. By the way, we are living in a world that has very many rich people who are willing to help, even those who are not rich, but they have kind hearts and helping hearts. They want to help. I have a friend called Hajigwa Ivea who lives in Kawafu. He told me, because I told him about it, he told me that if you start up the Students' Fund, I swear I'm going to give you 5 million shillings as a start.
Yeah.
Can't that help us? We have so very many students who have tuition issues, and that can be a good start for them, honestly. If we start up the Students' Fund, it is going to help so very many students who have tuition issues to get their issue covered.
Where we are still in the middle of this program, the Nkumba Perspective Show, we urge our people, please, students, like, subscribe, and even give us that comment under this video so that we get to know your feedback and see how probably we can improve on further our services. So, Mr. Katende, we are still running the show. As we head to this tight schedule of campaigns, I guess you were around last year when we had violent and terrible campaigns. And of course, we wouldn't want to get there. As someone who's aspiring to be the good president, and as someone who is going to be at the front line of these campaigns, because you are foot soldier #1 now for your camp, how are you prepared to avoid a happening or a recurrence of such violent campaigns?
Well, thank you so much. I have a recollection of what has actually been happening, and if we do not learn from history, we are never going to learn.
Yeah.
So, if you have been watching, sir, you're a journalist. If you have been watching over what has been happening, you can actually authoritatively say that Katende Muhammad has the most organized group. Our group is never violent. It is made on cores of respect. And we affirm to respect, to respecting each and everyone in the society. We affirm to that. You're not going to find my group or my supporter abusing someone because they are supporting me. Because the first thing I told them, at the end of the day, it is God to decide who is going to be the next good president. Even if you abuse someone, and I am not going to be the next good president, you're doing it for nothing. And at the end of the day, you might need this person tomorrow. We do not know what tomorrow carries. So we must keep on the law. We must keep low-key. Let us only do what we are supposed to do and leave the rest to God. We are only here to lead, to serve, and to inspire. We are not at any point violent. The other thing I realized is that most of the times these campaigns are tainted with external forces. You'll find that people get some goons from out there who are not students to come and support them to create that vibe. And at the end of the day, these are people who have nothing to lose. They will end up hurting students.
Speaking of people outside university, probably our neighbors.
Yes.
How are you prepared, or how is your team and camp prepared, so that we have a friendly relationship with our neighbors? Because like students community, we all depend on them for so many services. But of recent, there has not been a good relationship with local community and the students. As someone aspiring for the top office here, how are you prepared to see that relationship rekindle?
Oh, you're talking about the relationship with our
Yeah.
people in the vicinity of the
Yeah,
university.
yes.
Well, we cannot shy away from the fact that we are supposed to have a good relationship with them because first off, they are our neighbors. We
Yeah.
must have a good relationship with them. But we have so very many activities that always take place in the university.
Yeah.
And I think we have to forge or put a platform
Yeah.
for us to have an engagement with them. For example, we always have the bazaar.
Yeah.
It is called the bazaar,
Mm.
whereby we sell an idea to these people to have stalls in the university. By the way, talk about that bazaar. I've been here now for 3 years, but it is disheartening that every time we consider selling stalls to those people to come and, sell their products,
Yeah.
we first consider the outsiders every time. We have students here who have the talents, but we've not given them platform. I have a friend in the School of Sciences. She does doormats.
Yeah.
Let us consider our students first. Let us give them the opportunity. Let us sell to them these stalls. They have a lot to sell. Let us try to help them make some good money.
Yeah.
Actually, they are held out of hope when it comes to finances,
Yeah.
because they think they don't have any platform for them to showcase what they can do.
Yeah.
These students can do a lot of things. We have students who know how to do yogurt.
As we conclude,
have
my reader.
Hold on a little.
As we conclude.
Hold on a little, because I've not actually answered your question.
Yeah.
We have students who have very many talents,
Yeah.
and all we need is to give them platform. So if we bring the outsiders and we give them platform,
Yeah.
we make a blend of them and the students having one common ground where they can associate as a market. We are going to create a very good relationship with them.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, this is someone who is going to get the number of the other. You're selling gas, or I'm also selling saucepans.
Yeah.
Where are you located? Okay, I'm located here. How can we help one another? How best can we work with one
Mr.
another?
Katende, as we
That is how we
conclude,
are
the
going
platform
to
is still
bring
open. We
them.
will always invite you to come and be with us, because we cannot all converge all the message in this one episode. Please, may you have your last message to the students,
Yes.
to your campaigners, to the student administrators, and whoever is part of this great institution.
Well, my message to the Nkumba University community is, I'll not deviate. I'll not shy away from saying it, even at the risk of being misunderstood.
Yeah.
We are going to the polls. And what I want to let you know, my dear brothers and sisters of the Nkumba University community, we are here for a purpose, and we are not here forever. You should not leave this place having not served your purpose. And one of the purposes that we have is to contribute to the growth of our university. And in the same spirit, I appeal to you all to rally behind me in a bid to bring the situation back to normalcy. Ladies and gentlemen, the 26th of April, we are going to be voting. Come, let's change our students, the trajectory of our students' experience. Come, let's support servant leadership and inspiration. We are here to lead, to serve, and to inspire. Katende Muhammad is your potential guild president. Please make it a point to come and vote for him.
It has been Rukundo Clinton from
Thank you.
Nkumba News website. See you next time.